Hello, everybody. This is Jose, and we're doing a new series called What's Your Passion? In life, I believe everybody has a little something that makes them feel good. And basically, that's what I want to share with this series. Me and my husband are going to be talking to a whole bunch of cool people that have their passions. And basically, this is our first live streaming. And I'm going to be interviewing my husband because I want to get used to the system. I'm good at talking, but I'm not very good with these like go live streams. So with no further ado, I'm gonna add my husband Andre. Hi, Andre.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, so this is my husband. I already know a whole bunch about him, but basically, this is how the series is going to work. We're going to have a bunch of questions, and everybody's going to answer pretty much the same questions, and it's all to motivate everybody to find something that they love. And as you can see down it says if you guys have a passion, whether it's big or small, we really want to talk about it. Anything is really cool, so we really just want to see what your passion is and what makes you vibe, right? So without further ado, let's start. Whoops. So this is Andre. And Andre, where are you from?
I'm from Chicoutimi, Quebec, but now live in Halifax.
All right. And if you could tell us one beautiful thing about where you live that everybody should know, what would it be?
From where I live here in Halifax, the one beautiful thing that people should know is that, anyways, this year there hasn't been any snow, which is really weird because I'm used to having snow.
All right. So could you tell us about yourself, your age, your family?
Yes, I'm one of three boys. Basically, we were raised in French. I'm 39 years old. And I have three children, a beautiful wife that's downstairs interviewing me. And my three kids, one is 18 years old. Her name's Naomi. Then there's Brooklyn, that's 7, and Skylar, that is 5.
Gee, those are beautiful names. Your wife must be super intelligent. And what is
husband?
I don't know. I think I chose the names, but anyways, that's a different subject. What's your occupation there?
So I used to be a health and safety inspector for 15 years, but now since we've moved to Halifax, I'm an investigator for EI. So basically I investigate certain files for the CERB, which is the Canadian Emergency Fund benefit.
Recovery benefit. So tell us, Andre, what is your passion?
Well, once in a while, people, I've said it on Zooms and go lives and stuff like that, but no one has actually seen what it is exactly. So here it is. It's the saxophone. I'm a musician. So basically, I have a college degree in music, and I've been playing the saxophone for over 20 years.
And when did you know that this was your passion?
Basically, I was 12 years old, and my dad bought me a saxophone around the age of 13, approximately. I used to play the drums, and then I switched over to the saxophone because I really wanted to play it. And that's it. My dad bought me my first saxophone, and since then, I've been hooked.
And is that when you started? Did you play before you did cadets, or was it something you wanted to do? Like, how did it come about? It was because I know
I've always wanted to play it.
Okay, you've always been attracted to it. It wasn't like you watching The Simpsons and Lisa and being like, "Ooh, that's cool." Like, there's got to be something that like just turned you on to it. A saxophone. You could have played a guitar or something. Why the saxophone? Oops, I lost you. And he's frozen. Yay for live, right? Oops.
I'm back.
He's back. Okay, go. So what was it? Was it Lisa on The Simpsons? What was it?
No, it's basically the sound of the saxophone. Yes, of course, I watched a lot of cartoons with Lisa and stuff like that, but the sound of it is a central instrument. It's very, it communicates a lot. So it's something that I really like.
Okay. And what do you love most about playing the saxophone?
The feeling it gives you when you're playing. It's like a way of expression that you don't say what you're feeling or anything. You're just like playing it. It's different. It's, yeah.
So when you get in your zone, when you're playing the saxophone, like when you're in like in a show or something, and when you're in the zone, like in the cartoon Soul, what are you thinking about? Are you thinking about the notes that you have to play? Are you feeling it? Like what happens to you when you're like actually in the zone and you're playing the saxophone?
Basically, with the saxophone, it's not a question of thinking about your fingers. It's just basically mechanical. So your fingers, the patterns that you have that go on in your brain basically just transposes to your fingers and it just goes. And the way your mouth is placed and everything, it's all mechanical. But what really goes through your mind is the thoughts of, are you mad, happy, sad? And you also, listening to the others playing is also a big part of it. So you actually, yeah, it's a connection of everything together.
Okay. And how often do you exercise this passion?
Right now, I don't play it very much because there's no bands here in Halifax that I actually like playing with, because there are a lot of classical music and film music. I prefer playing jazz and big bands. So it's a little more limited on that side, being that I studied in big bands and stuff like that. So I prefer playing with a big band.
If you could live off of playing your saxophone every day and you could just live off of it, would you?
Yes, because I like teaching music to younger kids. I was part of cadets for a long time. I taught music in cadets. So yes, that's something that I would do. And playing gigs is really fun. So that's something else I'd love to do.
So the big question is, what's stopping you?
Well, today with 3 kids, a wife, the stream, like the income stream is a little lower when you're a musician. So unless you become a great big name. So basically I need more stability, a little more income with more kids. So that's basically my important point right now.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Andre, for sharing your passion with us. You didn't describe like what is your sax? I know there's like 2 different kinds. Maybe you could tell the world what kind of sax you have and like.
So basically, there's more than 2 different kinds. There's over 8 different saxophones.
That shows my knowledge in saxophones.
Here, this is an alto saxophone. It's a medium range sax. So basically, it's an E flat in music. There's baritones, tenors, sopranos, sopraninos. So there's a bass saxophone. So there's many different models. This is a Selmer Super Action 8. So basically, there's Yamahas, there's Buffet Crampon, there's all sorts of different brands. So each brand is different, and each musician chooses the brand according to this type of sound that he wants. So this is a Selmer, and that's what I preferred when I actually chose it.
Beautiful. Well, thank you very much for sharing your passion with us today. And the final question of this interview is, what would you do if you leave outside today and you find a winning lottery ticket that has $10 million on it? What would you do?
Move south and leave my wife home?
No.
Actually, the first thing that I would do is actually buy a soprano, because that's one of my favorite instruments. I really like it. But for every brand of saxophone, there's costs related, the reeds, the parts, everything. So the soprano would be something that I would buy for myself.
Very cool. Well, thank you very much. And I hope everybody enjoyed this little show. We'll be doing these shows about weekly. We'll see how many people want to jump in. So on that, you guys have a great Sunday, and we'll chat again soon. Thank you very much.
Take care, everyone.
Okay, now, honey, this is where I don't know. You didn't show me how to stop this. Oops. Live, people, live. Oh, and broadcast. Okay, got it. See ya.
Take care.